Hello movie lovers. Today I'm going to explain a Thai action martial arts film titled Tom Yum Goong. At the beginning of the film, a man was telling his son about the people of the Ba caste of Jats. Their aim was to protect elephants and take care of them. For this, he invented a dangerous fighting method, which is called molai. Hearing the story, the man's son Kam became very interested in it, and he also decided to become a ward warrior of animals. He became close friends with the account of the Korean name. One day the Korean was going towards the forest with a female elephant, which made Kam very upset, because he thought his friend was leaving him. But her father explained to her that the Korean would return to its own in some time. Many years later, the Korean and the female elephant couple gave birth to a baby boy named Korn A Flat Kam, also a dangerous Jato Ri. The flood that was there had become. One day when Korn was looking for something to eat nearby, some hunters surrounded him from all sides. The Koreans rushed to save their child. Seeing the elephants coming, all the hunters started fleeing from there in fear, but one of them accidentally opened fire, which hit one of them directly. The incident also left Kam deeply shocked and vowed to protect the Koreans and Korn throughout his life. A few weeks later, Kam's father began to tell that the best elephants in the country are selected for the king, and a few days from now, the selection of elephants will start. Soon preparations for the intensive water festival began in his village. A minister named Mr. Sutep, who was responsible for the selection of elephants, did not want to get away from his dear friend at all. He apologized to the Korean in advance because if he was selected he would never be able to meet his son Cory. On election day, Kam and his father took the Korean to Mr. Sutep and his son Kohi. Someone asked Kam to stop the outsider and took Kam's father inside the park with the elephant. Kam did not like this, but he did not think much and went out to visit the market with Khan. She also bought a bell for the quorum. After this, both of those brothers started enjoying a boxing match. Kam was so lost in dancing that he did not even care about pride. In the park, a man cleverly took Kam's father to sign some papers that he could not even read and then began to say, "When the child goes home, leave the elephant here, we'll see." He realized that people were fooling him, due to which a scuffle started between them. But not only the minister's son, but Kam's father was shot. Seeing his master in trouble, the Korean also attacked someone else and his men. Meanwhile, some men kidnapped Cory, who was roaming alone. Kam rushed to his father where he told him the whole truth about the minister and his son before he fainted. On the other hand, the Korean heard his son's plea for help and started chasing the kidnappers, but they also captured the whole Yai by shooting him unconsciously and fled with the two elephants. Kam traced the whereabouts of the minister's son and reached his boathouse. The poachers attacked him and a fierce fight broke out between them. His count was much higher than that of Kam, but still he managed to defeat them all. In the end, someone even tried to shoot him, but Kam cleanly took possession of his gun. It is revealed that both of them elephants are in the possession of a badass named Johnny, who used to work for the owner of a Thai restaurant named Tom Yum Goong in Australia. Even before Kam left, Mr. Goons, boats, and choppers also started chasing him, but Kam is not a normal person. Kam is a hero. He somehow escaped from all the goons and even clashed their boats with a helicopter. After this, the story reached Sydney, Australia, where police officer Mark was on duty with his partner. In another corner, a Thai student named PLA was threatened by some goons to repay her loan on time. That would be good for him. Kam also reached Sydney to rescue the Koreans and corals. He sat in captivity and headed towards the restaurant named Tom Yum Goong, but some police vehicles started following him. It turned out that the taxi driver was actually a thief. Mark and his partner Rick also followed them. They surrounded the thief, but he held Kam captive at gunpoint. Without the help of the police, Kama easily snatched his gun. Then a third policeman, Inspector Vincent, arrived and shot the thief without any reason. It was found that Vincent was following Kam from the airport itself. He also fired at Kam, but missed the target and Kam quickly escaped after saving his life. She ordered Mark and Rick to find Kam. After a little searching, they caught hold of him and started taking him to the police station in the car. In the car, Kam told Mark that he was looking for his relatives here, but did not say that the relative was actually two elephants. On the way, Kam visited Tommy Yum Goong restaurants. Today I recognized Johnny and started scrambling to get out of there. He attacked the driver and rammed into the vehicle and fled from the spot. He followed Johnny to the bridge, where Johnny was about to meet PLA. He asked Johnny to give his hands back, but Johnny pushed him aside and ordered his men to do his work. The battle began and Kam easily beat up all the goons. While running after them, Piyush advised him not to mess with Johnny and his men, but he ignored his words and reached Johnny's hideout behind the goons. There was a drug deal going on there, which got spoiled by his sudden dripping. Filled with anger, Johnny gave all his goons together to fight him, so many people, so that no one could lose their sweat. They surrounded him from all sides. A very strange fight broke out, but Kam became Tiger Shiva. Everyone else was beaten up like little girls. What to do? Not everyone was able to eat. He tried to chase Johnny, but he was too tired and fell on the roadside. Luckily, PLA saw him and picked him up from the road and brought him home. In his sleep, Kam dreamed of a war, in which combat elephants and Jandu disease flood warriors were present. Just then Pia got a call from goons and had to leave the house. Kam's eyes opened after he left. She glanced around and saw Pla's picture, which also featured Johnny. Meanwhile, PLA heard the news that Kam was involved in a drug deal in Sydney and the police were looking for him like a dog. She quickly turned back to her home, but the police had already arrived. Kam also came to know about the arrival of the police in time and quickly escaped by scaling the wall. In the next scene, it was revealed that PLA will also have to work like a dancer in a meeting of the police commissioner. There Mark and Reed were looking at security outside the building. Seeing Pia dancing, the commissioner became a little more excited, due to which his heartbeat started running at the speed of the train. The poor heart patient was so when Pia went inside to get his medicine, a man came from behind and killed all the people present there. Mark and Rick, who were guarding outside, heard gunshots and immediately entered and started questioning the killer. But before he could tell anything, Vincent came there and killed him too. Suddenly Vincent also shot Rick and blamed Mark for his murder. He asked his men to arrest Mark, but he somehow managed to escape from them. The entire incident was caught on the commissioner's camera. When Vincent and his men left the spot chasing Mark, PLA, who was hiding inside, picked up the camera and fled. Vincent made a girl living in Mark's neighborhood a pawn and called Mark to a deserted building and caught him. When they could not find Pla's dead body at the meeting place, she understood that she somehow survived and the commissioner's camera would also be with her. After a little searching, they caught him, but before they could take him to the police station, Kam reached the spot and rescued PLA from the corrupt police officer. PLA then told Kam about a VIP area of Tom Yum Goong restaurants, where she can also get her hands. He reached the VIP area fighting the goons and then went to the dining hall above. There Kam quietly asked them to return his hands to him, but Johnny and his men started laughing loudly at him. They also showed him the coral bells he had bought for the quorum from the fair. When Kam looked around, he saw people eating the meat of rare animals everywhere. He realized that Jolie might have killed his elephants and served them to his customers. He turned red in anger and walked towards Johnny and his men. He beat them all up and reminded them of his grandmother. Then he came to the storage area of the restaurant where many layers of animals were locked in cages to be cut. Seeing the sacks and corn not there, all of Kam's hopes were dashed. But then he saw a man tied up in the room. While leaving, he also found his old friend. On seeing him, Kam jumped with joy and the three of them left in a truck before the police arrived. On the other hand, we see a man, who was sitting at the time of the election of the leader of a Chinese gang, also poisoned the other two contenders to confirm his claim to the chair. It turns out that this Chinese gang controls that race and the entire smuggling racket. Then Kam and Market were hiding in the Buddhist monastery. As soon as Vincent and his men came to know about this, they set the entire monastery on fire. There Kam encountered three dangerous fighters: a brave angel, a swordsman wushu expert and DK who was a bull-like wrestler. But after a strong fight, he managed to defeat the entire store costume expert, but PK was much more powerful than that. He was about to kill Kam when the police came there on the spot and Mark grew up from there. Then Mark helped him get out. Meanwhile, PLA went to the police and showed the video as evidence, which proved that Wilson and his men had killed the police commissioner and others. Looking for the Korean, Kam reached a hall where Madame Rose's press conference was going on. Suddenly someone came in, due to which there was a stampede among the people. Calm also started dealing with those Chinese gangs. In the next scene, Calm reached a large room with Gory, where he found a Korean skeleton decorated with diamond beads. Seeing this, Calm was completely broken. He remembered the loving time he had spent with his friend Korean. However, he did not get much time to grieve as Madame Rose's men attacked him. Calm was also burning in the fire of revenge. He grabbed one by one and started the attack. He even broke the bones of some of them. Feeling threatened, Madame Rose summoned PK and 3 other wrestlers together. Calm tried his best to counter him, but he was many times bigger and more powerful than him. PK picked up Cole and made him sit across a glass wall, while Calm's Sardar collided with the Korean bone structure. Due to this, 2 bones of the leg of the structure fell down. She always remembered her oath to protect Koreans and corals. He tied those bones on his hands and snatched the goods of the 3 wrestlers by hitting them with a sharp edge. Baton Rouge was about to flee from there in a helicopter. But Calm caught her in the air and both of them broke the roof of the same room and fell inside. Fortunately, Calm went straight and fell on Korean's teeth, due to which he did not suffer any kind of injury. The Korean saved his friend's life even after he died. Calm finally rescued Baby Elephant from Australia and brought her back to Thailand. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel.